I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger?
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them, never.
Except for the part where you pointed a gun at someone and looks like you pulled the trigger. Some legal experts believe this interview likely did more harm than good. So what will his courtroom strategy look like? And does he have a chance of beating the charges? Joining me now to discuss, former Dream Team defense attorney for O.J. Simpson and Legalzoom founder, where I got my will, Robert Shapiro, joins the program. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Kennedy. First, my sympathies go out to the Hutchinson family for this horrible human event that has taken place.
Absolutely. And, you know, at the heart of this, there is a tragedy. There's also been a year-long investigation. It seems as though prosecutors and the FBI have been pretty thorough here. Do you like Alec Baldwin's attorney's chances fighting these charges?
Without a question. To convince 12 people beyond a reasonable doubt that Alec Baldwin had the necessary criminal intent to commit this crime is going to be exceedingly difficult. What they're going to have to show, and let me just go right to the jury instruction, his conduct personally has to be so reckless, wanton, and willful as to show an utter disregard for the safety of others. Now, that's an extreme burden that they have to prove to 12 people beyond a reasonable doubt, and I don't believe that they're going to even come close to that.
What about Hannah Gutierrez-Reed? She is the armorer. Do you think she has more culpability here? And if you were her attorney, would you tell her to plea like the assistant director did?
She has a much more difficult case because she is actually the person in charge of the ammunition. Somehow a live round got into that gun, and from the information I know of her responsibilities, that is something she should have checked and made sure that there was only dummy ammunition involved in the gun.
I talked to a gun store owner in Los Angeles County who knows her quite well and didn't have great things to say about her the day after the shooting and assumed that it was her responsibility. So where does the case go from here?
Well, from here, the prosecution, I think, is really going to have a battle that they're not going to win. Number one, you have a very popular public figure. Second, to show that his state of mind personally was so reckless and wanton for a disregard of human life. He's an actor. He's not there to check ammunition, and I'm far from an expert, and I would have no idea what a dummy bullet looks like or what a casing that has ammunition looks like. He is relying on other people, much like any actor would. You know, he is not an expert to the best of my knowledge, and even if he was, I don't think he has a responsibility to check and make sure that everything is accurate within that weapon. So, look there's a civil case where the burden of proof is much less. It's just simple negligence, and perhaps they're going to prevail there.
Yes.
But in a criminal case, they're not going to prevail, and he will be acquitted as he should be.
Well, Helena Hutchins' family did settle with the film. So they did, in fact, reach a settlement there. We'll see what happens going forward. But again, he wasn't just an actor. He was the executive producer. He's also someone who has worked with firearms on movie sets for decades. And I'm hearing from my coworker, Brian Kilmeade, that he was also a member of his father's rifle club and was very familiar with firearms from a young age. So if they bring all of that up, I don't know if it's as much of a slam dunk as you hope. Obviously, you're a defense attorney. And by the way, Mr. Shapiro, the last time I saw you, it was so great, and this is a true story. We were at Robert Evans' house in his bedroom talking with Robert Evans, you, me, and Slash. That really happened.
Oh, my God. Yeah, well, I certainly, as I'm sure you do, miss Robert Evans.
Very much.
So let's look at both of these things. Executive producer. An executive producer is simply a title. I don't think that executive producers, many times you see 5, 6, 7 executive producers.
That's true. Sometimes they put up money, but this is a smaller production. So he was the guy in charge. And now I'm going to tell my executive producer that is just a title. And his edicts are mere suggestions. We have to go. Will you please come back on the show?
I would be delighted to. Thanks so much, Kennedy, and nice to see you again.
Good to see you too. Thank you so much, dear.